Coach. Football, of course, back in L.A. and back at StubHub Center in Carson, California. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Oakland Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Washington, his first carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us. And he fires one that's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a first carry from Melvin Gordon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
They're going to look to throw. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Sturgis adds the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, Washington. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down at about the length of the football. They'll run it. Here's Lynch. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on third down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game in the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this day, has got to be priority 1.
Here's Carr to throw, and that is incomplete.
So we have to remember this offensive unit, they've been off for the last 2 weeks. Had an open week, and so it might take them a little while to get back into rhythm. I know they worked hard to try and get past that in practice, but practice isn't game speed.
And this will be taken at the 13. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script and try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A good pickup there of 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56!
Now Gordon on 1st down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up next to yardage lost, or gain a few extra.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this 1st quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got it to Williams. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. gun. They'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. To return, it's DeAndre Washington. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. The start on the ground with Lynch. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Caught by Nelson left side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw, it's Carr. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Escaping the pressure right. Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Eluding the pressure right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Back to the ground now with Gordon. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when they clicked off the film or stopped it.
Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, it's Washington. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it. Yes. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Joey Bosa in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. On 3rd down, they go Lynch. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taking it about the 16. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Gordon. Touchdown, LA! Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
On the return, it's Washington. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. calling the penalty. Lynch. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Hey, now let's go. 319. 319.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Down. 180. Go Chief. 280.
Carr gives to Marshawn. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
On second down, here's Carr. He completes it to Nelson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And some space here. The 20, 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup,
Start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Raiders. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Fighting it, and I think the ball's out. A big loss on the play. That's the bad news. A consolation, they keep the football.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule. Where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds.
and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer that's taking it around the 40. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. This is Gordon as they go to him again. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Gordon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he picks up the 1st as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal.
Now let's go. 3-19.
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And this Chargers offense continues to pour it on. And his kick is right through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here come the Raiders. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. A 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Here now, Johnny Townsend. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here now, Johnny Townsend. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he fields it cleanly. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Right back to him on 1st down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a 1st. Now back to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Allen, the intended receiver. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw on 3rd down, Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. A toss play. Gordon. Room here to run. Nifty move by Gordon. A big play there by Gordon. 41 yards on the ground.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
On the return, it's Washington. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
On the give, this is Lynch. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run again with Lynch. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation.